Hi everyone, welcome to Physiological Chemistry at DeSales University. I'm your instructor, Dr. Liz Handson. I wanted to give you a quick introduction to our course. And so when you log in, it looks similar to this. And what I can tell you off the bat is get in here, click, open things, look at things. You can't break anything. This is your course, so please be free to go in and look at everything. So when you first log in, as you must have done these first couple of steps, or you wouldn't be watching this video, this first couple of days, if you're in early, or even if you're not, the first day of class, you always want to click the Start Here. And so I have many things here, and I'll be honest, the first week or so is a little overwhelming because I know there's a lot of information and instructions, and it's a new class. So take deep breaths, and we'll get through this. You'll get the flow and the hang of it, and it'll be okay. So let's look at what we've got going on here in the Start Here menu. So as you see right here, these are the basic instructions. Go through all this list of things here. But I've added up here in red, before you even begin the course, be sure you've ordered our lab kit. You need it by the end of the first week of class. Okay, so before I go any further, make sure you've ordered the lab kit. You absolutely have to have it. Okay, so here's the link to the syllabus, and if you click on that, it kind of opens this what looks like a blank page. But if you click on the PDF, you can download and open and read all about our class. Okay, the start and end dates, my contact information, our textbook, the lab kit, but I've got instructions separately for that. I'm not going to read all this to you. I will warn you that you need some additional materials for the labs. Most things you have already. There will be some things you need to pick up, such as you probably need some aluminum pie pans. I had a student a couple semesters ago who recommended if you have a Gordon Food Services kind of little grocery store, that you can go in and get like a 10-pack of these cheap disposable aluminum pie pans for like $1. So I recommend that. You don't need anything fancy. You're going to want to throw them away usually at the end of each lab. So get a handful of these aluminum pie pans. You're going to need a bottle of distilled water, and you can read through the rest of this as to what you need. Again, most of this stuff you're going to have at home already, but things that you need for the different weeks and are the labs that we're going to do. Okay, we'll talk about mastering chemistry and the hands-on learning thing in just a second. Some additional websites here, Worked Problems, Khan Academy. I've got some more as well. I'll even post within the class. You guys can read about the class, the objectives, what we're doing each week, all that good stuff. I just kind of wanted to scroll through here quickly. I do expect you to read and understand all these and follow all these policies. I want to show you, okay, grading policy. So our academic weeks run Monday through Sunday, so all your work is due by Sunday. You've got homework, most weeks, not all. Homeworks, they're online, multiple choice. Quizzes and exams that are also online, automatically graded multiple choice for mastering chemistry. You've got these labs that we're going to do because you are taking chemistry with a lab. And then we have discussions. Again, most weeks have discussions. I grade within 72 hours. Typically, I'll even grade on Mondays, but once in a while things get behind. I get behind or need another day or two. So no later than Wednesday night will you have grades the following week. You have to do the lab. Our discussion rubrics, your main post has to be up, posted, have the 200-word minimum count, correct spelling, grammar, and all that. Has to be up by Thursday of each week. You need to reply to at least 2 other posts by then the end of the academic week. And you need to be participating on at least 2 different days of the academic week. And I'll show you the discussion in just a second. Our labs, you can see right here, 30 points. Watch your spelling, grammar on that. Or if you aren't formatting and writing chemical formulas properly, you're going to learn how to do that in the first week in their tools. So they'll show you that. Picture, typically if you're in a science course with a lab, you have to show up to the lab and do the lab in person yourself. Well, in this particular course, you're taking it online, and so kind of your proof of attendance is a picture, a required picture. Every single lab you submit, you'll be submitting 2 documents, a PDF, which is the actual lab itself, like a lab report, that's generated through the Handson Learning website for you, so don't panic about that. And then the second thing is a picture. And I can't emphasize this enough. You need to be following instructions to the letter in this class. Most of you want to be nurses. It's really important that you follow instructions and do exactly what's asked of you. You know, when you're a nurse, you need to be giving the proper dosage, which is essentially following the instructions of the doctor. So in this course, the same thing. You need to be following instructions, or in here, you'll lose points or not get any points. So you've got to include a picture, and then what has to be included in the picture varies for each lab. So we'll talk about that more in just a second when I get to those requirements. When we have exams and quizzes, you have 2 hours. Exams, which there's just 2, a midterm and a final, you have 3 hours. They are completed in Mastering Chemistry, and it is open book, open note. You just are not to take it with another person, whether it's over the phone, you know, face-to-face or at the university. No collaboration on those exams or quizzes. Missed assignments, late work policy. This is probably one of the areas that the online students I find struggle with quite a bit, and that's time management. You've enrolled in an online class. You have 1 week, each week, to do your work. If you wait till Sunday night and something happens, you get sick, you lose power, whatever it is, deadlines are not extended for that because you had the entire week to do the work. So my recommendation is get in at the start of each week, do a little bit of work each day, and you won't get behind. And then you also hopefully would have your weekend free. In terms of late work, the only thing I accept late are labs. That's it. And labs will be deducted 10% per every calendar day. So if you don't do a lab until Monday, it's going to be worth just 90% of the original 100% that it was worth. So keep that in mind. And then the last day to submit late labs is Friday, April 5th. That's almost the end of week 12. So that's the last day any late work is accepted in the course. Here's our grading scale. Then you can see the weights and percentages of all the different things that we're going to do. And then down here we get into, I told you that I was going to talk about those requirements for the lab picture. You're welcome also to do a little video of what's required. Most students don't, but you're welcome to if you'd like to. But what has to be in the picture? So this first week you're going to be doing introduction and safety. In the introduction, you're going to have to take a picture of your lab kit's label. So when you get your box in the mail or from the bookstore, when you order the kit, actually I think you have to order them. I don't think the bookstore has them now that I say that out loud. But when you actually get the cardboard kit in the mail, there's a sticker on it that has your code. And I'll show you a little more about that when we talk about the lab. But on that box is a sticker. It's called the lab kit label. You're going to need some information off that to set up your account online, and that's what you're supposed to take a picture of and have a little sign or even just a label or something next to it, or you can just write your name on the box if you want that has your name and the date. Lab safety. Lab safety is actually a picture of you standing somewhere in your house where you plan to do the labs. Most students do it in their kitchen. Maybe you're going to do it somewhere else though. So stand there, take a picture, have someone take a picture of you, or you can do a selfie with you in the location and again holding a sign with your name and date. What you'll see is you always have to have a sign with your name and date so that I know you're doing the lab in real time, you know, during the week that it's required. And again, you guys can read the rest of this. For each lab, it's listed here in the syllabus and it's listed in the Dropbox. Make sure you're following these instructions very closely. If the picture doesn't have this, it's going to be kicked back to you to redo. And oftentimes you've already completed the lab, so it can be really hard to redo an experiment if you're out of supplies or chemicals. So make sure you follow it. Pretty basic things, but you absolutely have to have this done and the correct picture submitted, or it's kicked back to you with a 0 grade until you submit the right picture. Again, this is your proof of attendance and doing the lab yourself, and late penalty points will apply if it's then resubmitted late, which it probably would be. I grade everybody in class at the same time. So even if you submit your lab on Tuesday, let's say, of the week, it won't be graded until the week is over. So again, that following Monday, Tuesday, at the latest Wednesday. All right, your schedule. This might be something you want to put on your calendar, whether you use a paper calendar or your phone's calendar. You might want to have this handy. Again, time management's critical for keeping up in this class. So our first week, which technically starts the 14th of January, that first week you're doing 2 chapters, you have 2 homeworks, 2 labs, and a discussion. So a lot to do the very first week and kind of, navigate the course. And then you can see in each of our 12 weeks, some weeks we don't have a whole lot going on, some weeks we have quite a bit. So you can see what we're doing each of the 12 weeks. Okay, so that's our syllabus. And coming back here. I'm not going to show you a video, you guys can watch this other video, but how to order your lab kit. Please watch this video if you haven't done it already. It's how to navigate the Handson Learning website, which is what you have to use to complete the labs. And you can do some of it before the kit arrives. You can get in and get started, get your account set up, and then once the kit is here, you'll need the sticker from the lab kit box to put in and then unlock all the actual labs in the course. So there's the video, again, course overview, my information, a little bit about me if you'd like to see me and my cat. My picture is there. Again, here's all of our information. I just copied it again from the syllabus. Mastering chemistry. So your homework, quizzes, and exams are all done through Mastering. You need to set up an account. However, you always and only access Mastering Chemistry through Blackboard. I will not provide a course access code because you don't need one if you go in the right way. So you do have to create an account, and you're going to need the code from the little card that came with your textbook. So the textbook is obviously what you read. Then there's an access code for you getting into Mastering. You need that. And then you come in through Blackboard. You don't need a course code or a course access code. And it says it right there. And then here's again information about the Handson Learning Lab Kit. I have specific instructions here. Again, I made a video. You've got lots of ways in which I explain how to do it. So there's the video link as well. The cost you purchase online. You need to do it again right away because it takes some time to process and then ship to you. What you do. And again, this is what I'm showing you in the other video as well. Step by step, though, how you order. So there's a separate login and password just to order. And then you're going to create an account, and that's something separate right here. And you do use a specific enrollment course link for Handson Learning because this is an external link you're going to go to every time you have to do a lab. You create your account. You can see the first 2 labs, the safety and introduction, are open to everybody. But until you actually input that lab kit code from that sticker, nothing else will open. So, and you can't do that until you've got your kit. Again, further details, emphasizing again the picture that's required, additional items, all that. So please do read through this. If you have questions, let me know. If you have problems ordering, anything like that, you can also reach out to me, or here's the phone number and email for the Handson Learning. The last couple of things, Blackboard does have a mobile app for your smartphone or tablet or your device, and from what I've been told by my students, it works pretty well. I don't use it myself, but if you aren't going to have access to a computer or you have issues, you always have that kind of as a backup. If you have any general questions about the class, you can click here. There's a discussion board. You can create a thread and make your post. Okay, let's look at a couple other things. Over here on the left-hand side, the announcements. You're responsible for everything I post in the class. So when you come to the course home every day, you'll see the most recent announcements. You can see all of them by clicking this More Announcements button, but you can see, and again, the first week or two, you're going to be hit with a lot of announcements and information. But you're responsible for everything that's posted in the class. So just read through there if you need to. Those are the announcements. The calendar that shows the due dates and things. Your grades, that's your grade book. And then when you're ready to go, you're going to click here on weekly units. And just this first week is open. They open a week at a time. So you would open here, read your learning objectives, your tasks. There's a lecture here. Mastering Chemistry, that's your homework. You click there again to access all of that. And again, the first time you go in, you'll have to create an account. You'll need that access code that you purchased with your textbook. You only should need that once though. And then you come back and forth always through the course and mastering chemistry. And then here are the 2 labs we're doing this first week. Again, you need to have your kit to submit. You're welcome to go in and kind of do the lab first, but you can't submit these and be done until you've got your kit for the picture, okay? And so again, you're always going to be, every single lab, 2 files. You're uploading a PDF file that will be given to or provided to you at the end of the completion of the lab from this website. It'll download and you'll be good to go. And then that picture, 1 picture. Again, if you don't do the picture, it'll be kicked back to you and you'll have to redo it, and late penalty of 10% will apply. I've got some additional resources here as well. I'm going to post some other lectures. Because this is an online class and you're not getting a face-to-face lecture, I've got some lectures I've made just on like a whiteboard on my tablet. And then I know some people really still prefer to see a professor who's lecturing at a board. So I've got a couple of different options for that for you, and you can check those out. All right, so then what happens at the end of week 1? Again, week 1 will end Sunday night. January, 20th? And then the 21st, 22nd, I'll get busy grading. You'll have your grades back, and then you're already into week 2, and week 2 will open here, okay, after that. Now, discussion board. We do have an introductory discussion. It looks like it dropped off. I'll have to fix that. Almost every week you have a discussion. Week 1, week 2, 3. Again, these aren't open quite yet to you, but they will be. We don't have one in week 5, but week 6 you do. And so what happens in the discussion board? Well, in this first week, you're just going to introduce yourself, get to know your classmates, all that good stuff. A reminder, your initial post is due by Thursday night, and then your responses are due by Sunday. And some of the things you need to talk about here, 3 different things in this discussion. Most of the discussions we're going to do are what I call teach and learn. You're going to pick a topic from the chapters from that week and re-explain it to the class. You should have a problem, a sample problem at the end with your solution. You're welcome to use multimedia. It can either be stuff you created, or if you find something maybe from one of my resources you want to share, that's fine. You need to reserve a topic first. So let's say you're going to teach about density. Maybe that's your topic. So come in, make a post, say, density is reserved by Dr. Handson. And then you can come back later and make your post. So reserve it the first day or 2, then work on it, and then come back and post. Only the first student who reserves the topic gets credit. It's not the student who makes the post, the complete post. It's based on the initial reservation. Okay, and you can see all the details for that. So those are our discussions. If you ever have just a general question, you can contact me. You can send an email right here through to me, to the classmates. Or if it's a general question about the course or something that might be beneficial to your classmates to know the answer to, you can click here on general questions and again, create thread and post your question. And with that, guys, that is all. I hope you have a great first week, and thanks for watching.